Have you ever wondered about one of the largest and bloodiest battles fought on the Western Front during World War II? Today, we dive into the Battle of the Bulge. In the heart of the winter of '44, the German army launched a major offensive against the Allied forces in the Ardennes region of Wallonia that stretches across Belgium, France, and Luxembourg. The German objective was audacious: to split the Allied forces, encircle and capture the vital Belgian port city of Antwerp, and ultimately cut off the Allied supply lines. The Germans initially achieved surprise and made significant gains, creating a bulge in the Allied front lines, hence the battle's moniker. This unexpected attack initially tipped the scales in favor of the Germans, but the Allied forces, quick to grasp the severity of the situation, began to mobilize their defenses. The surprise attack initially gave the Germans an advantage, but the Allied forces soon recognized the gravity of the situation. The battle took a turn when the foggy weather, which had initially hindered the Allies, started to clear. The weather during the Battle of the Bulge was a pivotal player, providing an unexpected advantage for the Germans. The dense fog and low-hanging clouds that blanketed the Ardennes region acted as a natural shield, limiting Allied air superiority and allowing German forces to operate more freely. However, as the weather started to improve, the tables began to turn. The lifting fog signaled the onset of a new phase in the battle, as the Allies were now able to deploy their much-needed air support. This aerial reinforcement played a critical role in halting the German advance. But it wasn't just the weather that was against the Germans. The fierce resistance put up by the Allies, particularly the American forces, coupled with the overstretched German supply lines, began to hinder their offensive. The Germans had hoped for a swift victory, but the resilient Allies and logistical problems started to slow their progress. The American forces, especially those in key towns like Bastogne, played a crucial role in halting the German advance. The troops stationed there, they were the linchpin, holding the line with a grit and determination that was nothing short of awe-inspiring. They were facing a behemoth, but they stood their ground, refusing to give an inch. The 101st Airborne Division, they were the embodiment of this fighting spirit. Encircled in Bastogne, they found themselves in a desperate situation, yet they held out, they held on. Their stand in Bastogne, it was nothing short of heroic. It was a testament to their courage, their resolve. And then there was General Patton. His Third Army, they were the cavalry in this tale, riding to the rescue. Patton, he masterminded the operation that lifted the siege of Bastogne, turning the tide of the battle. The determined resistance by the American forces was a key factor in halting the German advance. Their stand, it was heroic, it was decisive, and it was pivotal. The Battle of the Bulge resulted in significant casualties on both sides, but it marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. Both sides suffered heavy losses, with estimates ranging from 80,000 to 100,000 for the Allies, and 67,000 to 100,000 for the Germans. The blood and sacrifice were immense, a testament to the ferocity of the battle. Yet from this grim conflict emerged a pivotal moment in World War II. The Ardennes offensive signaled the last major German offensive on the Western Front. The German war machine was overstretched and faltering. The bold endeavor to split the Allies had failed. Instead, the Allies regained the initiative, pushing the Germans back into their own territory. This was more than a battle, it was a turning point. The Battle of the Bulge, one of the largest and bloodiest battles on the Western Front, was a turning point that hastened the end of the war in Europe.